Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Blanton up here in the booth, and alongside me is Jason Boucher, and we will be your commentators for the Savannah Clovers match tonight against visitors Maryland Bobcats. We are looking forward to a really good game, a lot of action. Clovers unfortunately coming off a loss last week, but from late in the game, 3-2 against Michigan Stars, but hoping to kick off their home tour with a win here tonight. I spoke with Coach David Proctor, and he's looking forward to getting some offensive firepower, working out of the back, and hopefully having a better, stout defensive game. So I'll bring in Jason Boucher. What are your thoughts, and what are you looking for in this game today?
Thanks. Looking to see how these two teams can connect the game and worked into their attacking shape, hopefully early in the game, get some good action. Provide some good entertainment for the folks here today. Beautiful day out, 77 degrees, light breeze. It's going to be a beautiful day here in historic Savannah, Georgia.
No clouds in the sky today, which last year we had many a game which had some delays due to the rain and thunder that, is so frequent around this time of year in Savannah. But I like what you said about wanting to get some offense going here. Clovers have a couple newcomers this season. One of the highlights for Lester Hayes, who's 29 years old, comes with a lot of experience in NISA and will be a really, really good target man up top for the Clovers. They'll be looking to get the wings out with two of the newer players as well. We got Jedediah McLeod and Vlad Jokic, who are also very good attacking and really good at getting balls into the box. So this match will be broadcast on NISA Plus and YouTube live streaming. We'll be looking forward here to action kicking off in about 5 minutes.
Please remember the following rules: insults, racist or sexist comments, using the large name language, players, coaches, team staff, and as well as fans will be lost in solidarity.
Welcome back, everybody. After we just heard the national anthem and the on-field announcements for the players and referees, we are here about ready to get started with Savannah Clovers versus the visiting Maryland Bobcats FC. About ready to have the coin toss, so we'll bring you the starting lineups for each team. For Maryland Bobcats, led by Coach Alex Cow, we have number 0 goalkeeper Jack Boyle, number 4 Luis Almeida, number 5 Tonga Ake, number 6 Abdul Quistra, number 10 Darwin Espinal, number 8 Joss Possian, number 15 Richard Forca, number 23 Manuel Gonzalez, number 30 Tyler Gabara, number 80 Kelvin Mwape, and number 99 Abdul Tiam. And for your Savannah Clovers, starting tonight, we are working on getting the goalkeeper name. It looks like Jack Crichton was a late scratch. We will have that for you in a moment. But defender, coming back from last year, Chandler Vaughn. Newcomer, coming from last year's winners, Kyle Nelson. Defender, anchoring the center backs, Daniel De Leon. Wing back, defender, Cam Schneider. Midfielders, starting on the defensive midfield side, 2 returning players who were stalwarts and very, very valuable players of this team. Mason Moyers, the money man. And then Zach Hargreaves in midfield. On the wings, as the Savannah Clovers are going to be running a 4-2-3-1 style. Outside, you'll have newcomer Jedediah McLeod, and the other side, newcomer Vladimir Jokic. Rounding out that attacking midfield position is another newcomer, Corey Lundeen. And forward, Lester Hayes. Our referees for this game, center referee, Robert Benj. Assistant referee, Matt Martinson. The second assistant referee, Wayne McKee. And our fourth official in the middle, rounding it out this evening, is Lewis Gratz. Savannah Clovers, led by Coach David Proctor, coming back for his second season here with the Clovers. Really looking for a lot of possession to start as we're about ready for this whistle. Once again, we got Jason Boucher here with me in the booth, bringing in his knowledge as a 20-year professional, 20 years plus refereeing, looking to get some good insight. What do you see so far, Jason?
Yeah, Mike, it looks like we're going to start off kind of something not new to the game, but it's starting to become trendy as getting the ball forward quickly, getting some of the tall players up, getting into the Bobcats back third. Looks like the Clovers are trying to get onto the attack early.
Right you are. As the ball is played back to Chandler Vaughn, you'll see Vaughn getting up the field quite a bit this season. He was very good coming out and actually got Player of the Year for the Savannah Clovers last year due to his intense work on that wing-back side. He loves getting up, loves getting the ball into the box, and he's got some really good targets this year. Funny you say about getting the ball forward. I feel like when I was a kid, all we used to do on the opening tap was kick it up as far as we could go. Then it stopped for a while, but now it seems to be that kind of a style again, as you saw from the opening tap. The ball was launched up.
Looks like Clovers will be a fair distance away from goal here. I can't see him taking a shot here. Probably a back post service.
Yep, early free kick here, taken by 24 Zach Hargreaves. Dangerous ball in, right to PK spot. And it'll be Bobcats ball and a handball.
Interesting to see how Maryland's going to respond to our weather today. Humidity's fairly strong out there. Bright sun in the sky. 77 degrees kickoff. Light breeze. The turf carries a little heat coming up from the bottom. So
very true.
It'll be interesting to see how the Maryland Bobcats respond to the weather here in beautiful historic Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, things do get warm down here quick. It's certainly not these late summer matches that we'll be getting into where we'll be in the 90s. Ball played back to Boyle. Out wide to Ake.
Clover's just looking to maintain shape at the time. The 4-2-3-1 Proctor started in does give a idea of a little bit more of a defensive posture. Maybe just the feel-out period to see how the Bobcats respond. Ball into the wide channel for the Bobcats.
Cutting back to the middle field. Shot on goal. And easy cleanup for our Savannah Clovers keeper. We got a name for you. Chandler Gauntz. Looking to make his first start here for the Clovers as he rolls it out to Daniel DeLeon.
Early save. Bobcats didn't challenge the goalkeeper too much. It's always good to get a good early touch in the game as a former goalkeeper. It's get your hands on the ball early, kind of get some of the rattles out, right?
Couldn't agree more. As a fellow goalkeeper myself, I want to be involved in the game as much as possible. It's interesting being a goalkeeper because sometimes you'll only get 5-6 touches in a game. But as the game continues to modernize, a lot of teams are really trying to make goalkeepers, true 11th player on that field, not just the shot stopper.
Absolutely. I think that the more the game grows and the better the goalkeepers do become with their feet, they basically would replace what we would call back in the old days the stopper or sweeper.
Yeah. Two terms you don't hear anymore. It's always just center backs.
Play back to him, and then he can distribute wide, switch the ball of play, and start the counterattack down the opposite channel.
Another thing you see a lot more now, especially with the introduction of, the ball not having to leave the 18-yard box on goal kicks, which was, a few years back implemented. You see a lot more short passes out of the back for goalkeepers. Even a lot of teams will have defenders start that initial play on goal kicks to the keeper themselves. It's been fun watching the game grow as we've gotten older.
Definitely has changed from long ago where it was basically a game of running tennis. Clovers attempt a little bit of a build-up out of their back third into the middle third. Looks like there's going to be a foul. Foul outside wide for the Savannah. Oh, throw in.
Oh, was a throw in. Up here in the box, it's hard to see some of these signals and get a clear picture exactly of what's going on. Searching ball played forward. Lester Hayes given some attack there. Clovers regain possession and give it right back. Wape controlling for the Bobcats. Ake out wide. Bobcats looking for the overlap here. Through ball. Gets to the box. And a great save by goalkeeper Chandler Gauntz, coming up big with his first big save of the game. Technically his second save, but that one really counted. Excellent defending by him.
Yeah, Clovers are going to need to maintain and keep their discipline in the back. Looks like the forward for the Bobcats did get loose into a dangerous area. That was really a spectacular save from that close of range by the keeper.
Bobcats looking dangerous early on here with their first real attack. Cutting into the box, getting it across, and our keeper making this save, as you said. You can see what the Bobcats are going to want to do here with a lot of movement off the ball. Another shot by number 30, Tyler Gabara. Not out yet, and finally out of play for a goal kick for the Clovers.
Clovers starting formation, the 4-2-3-1, looks to transition into a 4-4-2 defensive shape as they drop into defend. They're gonna need to wake up a little bit. This has been a couple of chances early in the game for the Bobcats.
Very true. One of the things I spoke with Coach David Proctor about was eliminating some of these defensive mistakes that we've seen in some of the early U.S. Open Cup games from earlier a couple weeks ago. And a couple mistakes also led to some of the goals against the Michigan Stars last week, and Clovers are looking to clean that up. As you say, dropping back into this 4-4-2 formation as you traditionally do with a 4-2-3-1. They definitely need to pay more attention and make sure that the wings are getting back and doing the work as well. Bobcats back with control. Switched across. Tyler Gabara on the ball.
Good defending as a unit right there, making Bobcats go back into their own half. Clovers dropped in, got compact, really created some difficulties for Bobcats to penetrate into a dangerous area.
Absolutely. Just like you were saying, what they need to do when they're transitioning back. That was exactly it, and that's what we want to continue to see. Excellent defending by the Clovers. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Kyle Nelson sees it out for another Bobcats throw. Good challenge by Moyers, winning possession back for the Clovers as it's turned over once again. Long searching ball forward for the Bobcats. And dangerous header from the outside there, but cleaned up nicely by goalkeeper Gauntz.
Yeah, I think the Clovers are going to need to find a longer spell of possession here, just to get some of the shakes out, shake some of the nerves away, get some possession of the ball, get some kids forward, and create some chances. Because at the moment it seems they're conceding possession of the ball quite often. And I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to cost them as the game progresses.
Certainly could. As you know, we were talking about that transition earlier. You know, you lose a ball in this position when you have numbers forward. It is really hard to get back at that point. So, couldn't agree more. Definitely want to see more possession here. Long ball out by Boyle, controlled by Nelson.
You love seeing a center back like that in composure with the ball, taking it forward, and breaking the lines with a beautiful pass into the middle.
Absolutely. That's another piece that's also evolved in the game as we've grown. And, whoa, quick shot there by Moyers. Coming out of midfield to strike that half volley. A little bit behind it, but out of bounds for a Bobcats goal kick. Yeah, getting back to the composure by the center backs, another evolutionary part of the game that we've seen over the years is instead of the center backs just cleaning everything up and kicking the ball long, wide, and far, they have composure on the ball. They start the attack with the goalkeeper, get it out wide, being able to have a center back that can control and push that ball forward into the midfield, very beneficial for teams. Looks like we'll have a free kick here for the Bobcats.
Maryland doesn't seem to be rushing the game too much, so hopefully it'll give the Clovers a chance to get some valuable possession, get some touches on the ball, start getting the chemistry going between them. This is the first game of the season, so we do expect some shakiness between players as they've probably just out of preseason not long ago.
Absolutely, and that was another good point I spoke with Coach Proctor about was the Clovers, this is their third real game together. They didn't really have much of a preseason. They obviously had camp and worked together, but completely different than your game legs, getting in game shape. As we get a ball out of bounds here, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Clovers. And looks like we've also got a good crowd building here on this near side. Far side, fair amount of fans over there, but pretty intense sun as we were talking about that Savannah heat. Everyone's over here in the shade on our side, so you can't quite see them.
Look for this ball out. This could be dangerous for the Clovers, matched 1v1 through the back line.
Good ball in, forcing Boyle to punch it out. Hargreaves gets the ball back in.
It's a well-won header by the Clovers. Put it back into the attacking third, still in possession of the ball.
Just what we were talking about earlier, Clovers keep wanting to keep possession here. They're doing a great job with this press. Forcing Boyle to make a mistake in the back, or almost making a mistake, but he got that ball away, and Clovers were able to win it. But Bobcats building now. Wide to Forca. Back to Alameda. Ake out wide. And far side looking dangerous again for the Bobcats. And across blocked, this will be a Bobcats throw in.
Clovers look to be matched up well in the back, organized right now. Fighting to win the ball.
Yep, and will be a Clovers throw. In the 14th minute here, Bobcats are definitely finding a little bit of little bit of strength out there on that far side as the Clovers win the free kick here. That has been their most dangerous position coming down that far side of the field. Once again, a 1-2 out wide. Cam Schneider getting back. Bobcats switching position of play here, coming out to this near side. Threw ball out to that wide side again, played in number 20. And shot into the box. And Gaunce once again coming up with another save.
14 minutes in, feeling like the game is starting to get a rhythm. Savannah could grab a quick spell of possession. Looks like they're going to play up and in on this goal kick. Looking for the big guy up top. Lester Hayes at third. He's trying to get free from the back line of the Bobcats.
And goal kick taken up into the wind. We do have some swirling wind out here on the field going right into the goalkeeper's face for the Clovers. Makes some of the long balls a little tougher to get up. You can see the flags on the far side stands just beating in that wind. As we'll have another Bobcats throw in. Clovers all sitting back behind the ball, just inviting them, Bobcats, to come a little forward, not looking to press terribly high. As the through ball comes in, cleaned up by Gaunts. De Leon up to Hargraves. Out wide to Cam Schneider. Over to Nelson. And Nelson trying to get Vaughn into the game here, but out of bounds for a Bobcats throw. Nelson with a tough challenge here. Called for the foul.
Savannah did for a moment there. The connections between the center back, there was some rhythm beginning. Just got broke up in the wide channel by Maryland. There is a player down currently.
Being helped to his feet, luckily.
Looks like Savannah's dropping into their mid block, protect the middle of the field, looking to regain possession in their back third.
Abdu Theum back to his feet there. Gonzalez to take the free kick. Search ball to the 18. Ball's up by De Leon. Still bouncing around here as it's cleared out. Yeah. Moyer's looking to break Lester Hayes out. Unfortunately, out of bounds. Might have been called offsides on that.
Beautiful thing about this game is, as we know, you get that big number 9 in on a 1v1 with the goalkeeper. It's a big chance. Savannah's hunting for that right now. It looks like they're trying to find their big target man up top, just having some difficulties moving the ball and keeping it in possession. But as the game goes on, they are now getting more players forward. It looks like they are planning on going on the attack soon.
Absolutely. Big man Lester Hayes up top, as you say, he's what you want in a number 9. You want that target man. He's also brings some speed. He brings some power. Something the Clovers didn't really have last year was a true number 9 like that. So they're really looking forward to getting him into this game.
I was fortunate enough to attend one of the Clovers tryouts and actually had a chance to talk with Coach Proctor, and he brought up the point is it's just can't find that hungry number 9 anymore. Like
true.
The real true number 9 that's just hunting and fighting and scrapping for every ball that goes, he's on it. And Proctor, told me it's like you have to find that exact person that's going to work in that position for you, because he's been third season now at Clovers.
Yeah, second season here.
And he said he's been hunting for that true number 9 and still has yet to find the one that fits the puzzle exactly.
Yeah, very true. It's very well spoken. And it's tougher when you get to these bit lower levels of professional soccer, because you get a good number 9 who's putting in a lot of goals. You get all the other teams that are up there in more established leagues that will, they want to poach. They want to bring in someone just like that. Ball into the box. Gaunt off his line for a punch. Well done by the young goalkeeper for the Clovers.
Yeah, he's really done a fantastic job today for the Clovers. Not sure. Maybe the starting keeper took a knock in warm-ups, but to step in an inaugural game like this, the first game of the season, and perform as well as he's done so far, he's really done a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope usual starter Jack Crichton is all good and hopefully back, but to have a solid keeper step in behind you is definitely a commodity to have. Nelson to De Leon. Hayes checking back. Finds Hargreaves and Moyers. Moyers with the ball forward. Again, tough into the wind when it gets up that high. Pressure here.
Yeah, Mike, did you see that ball just die in the air? Fell straight down, huh?
So hung up. And Moyers last year was excellent at hitting that crossfield ball. The wind certainly taking away one of his weapons here.
Beautiful thing about the game is we get to talk a lot about tactics and techniques and strategies, and a lot of coaches believe, oh, we're going to train on these set pieces and we're going to train on this and that. The variables in the game, the wind, the rain, the sun, the heat, so many variables take so many options away. That crossfield switch, this wind just murders that ball. Doesn't even give the Clovers a chance to maybe use one of their strongest weapons that they have available.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good points there. Because there's more of a driven ball, and of course that one goes too long into the wind. See, like you say, the variables, even on down to the turf that you train on compared to the turf that you play on game day, that little difference can make all the difference in the world. Here's a searching through ball. And Gaunt, well done off his line. That was forward Abdul Thiam trying to get on the end of it, but excellent defending by the Clovers. Nelson as a center back did very well to usher him off the ball.
Held him off well.
That was excellent defending. That's a great ball there through by McLeod.
Clovers are patient in the build-up here.
Pardon me, that was Corey Lundeen, number 10. Lundeen, another one of the newcomers here. Excellent vision going forward, as you can see. Coach Proctor's really excited to have him on the team. Clovers do like to play with a little bit of pace once they do get that possession. And you can see the Bobcats seem to be trying to slow it down a little bit with every throw in. Give their team a chance to regroup. Ball's out wide from Mwape as he resets.
Mike, you made a good point earlier. Looks like the Clovers are just inviting Maryland in. I guess they have a lot of confidence in their back for their defensive midfielders to invite them into their low block. It seems to be working at the point. Great saves from the young goalkeeper as of the moment, 22-45 into the match.
Yeah, Jason, very good points there as Clovers are maintaining possession here. There's one good thing, having the leadership of players like Moyers and Hargreaves in that midfield. They worked very, very well all last year together, coming back to anchor this midfield. They worked very well defensively and picking up the ball out of that defense. As you see the games going on, they're just gelling even better. As we maintain a good spell of possession here for the Clovers. You see Lundeen checking back to get the ball to start some offenses.
Good midfield rotation there by the Clovers.
Yep, that's another tactic from Coach Proctor that I recall seeing last year. As Hargreaves gives up the ball here, Bobcats trying to mount an attack on the turnover, and Nelson with an excellent foot in the way to save the day here for the defense on the Clovers. Hargreaves not one to give up the ball easily there. He was put under a lot of pressure from that attack on the Bobcats side. Nelson did very well to clean that up and help out. Vaughn back to Hargreaves and over to Moyers.
Savannah with a player in channel 1, basically 1v1, but I'm not sure that the wind's going to allow this switch ball.
Yeah, that's Cam Schneider out there. He's very good going forward as that wing back as well, but that wind certainly prevents any possibility of that ball getting that far across the field. Maybe different come in the second half for sure once the Clovers get the wind behind them. Gabara back for the Bobcats.
Clovers are doing a great job of keeping the ball in front of them and not allowing Maryland to penetrate in between the lines of midfielders and defenders at this moment.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have made some adjustments and cleaned up on that far side. You haven't seen many of those give and goes that you saw in the first 10 minutes. Good adjustment by the Clovers. Vaughn searching for Hayes up top. Surrounded by 2 players. And wins the foul. Free kick for the Clovers.
Yeah, Mike, this could be in a dangerous area.
Absolutely. This was an excellent, excellent place for the Clovers last year. As we were talking about, they didn't really have that, number 9 attacking player, but they did a lot of good from free kicks in these channels. Hargreaves is very good at servicing the ball into the box from this point. And this is one of those times we're going to see the wind knock this around, making it hard for any defense and for any goalkeeper action on this.
That's a great point from goalkeeper's perspective.
Hargreaves in. Cam Schneider getting the ball across the box. Clovers maintaining possession on the clearance here as Moyers gets it out wide. Excellent work by the Clovers to keep this ball. Lundeen on the ball. Finds Hargreaves with space. As we got Daniel De Leon up there getting in the attack from his center back position. There's a good ball from Moyers into Cam Schneider. And that offsides flag is up on the far side. Excellent run by Cam Schneider. As we were talking about, he wants to get into that attack. That was a great ball by Moyers, keeping it low and flat into this wind.
Savannah definitely turning on the aggressive tone, looking to get forward, trying to create some chances in that final third.
Yeah, I think one thing we're starting to see is the Bobcats, when they have a little pressure on them, they seem to be a little erratic off the ball. A couple giveaways, a couple quick passes. And Moyers does excellent to get that ball back for the Clovers.
What a great job by the defensive holding midfielder.
I believe in speaking with Mason Moyers' father last year, he spent some time with the Liverpool youngsters over in England.
That's interesting, Mike. The chances that are there now for kids coming through the game just didn't exist. Short time ago. I'm hearing now players going straight from high school into Leeds Football Academy to earn either coaching licenses or getting a chance to play at the next level.
Very true, very true. You can see the growth of the game here in the U.S. is just immense. You're seeing, like you said, players getting the opportunity to go overseas. Opens up a whole nother ball game. Just fosters the growth, fosters improvement. It's really wonderful to see.
I remember waking up early Sunday morning to watch ESPN. Who was on? It was either Manchester United or Liverpool. Just think nowadays. I mean, there's practically soccer on every day if you really want to take a look for it.
And I love it. I pay for way too many subscriptions at this point, but I love having the game on whenever I can.
Everyone's got addictions.
Clovers were a bit dangerous there a moment ago as Bobcats were able to clean it up and gain possession of the ball. Tiam checking back. And good defense by Cam Schneider closing out that channel and completing that tackle. Throw in for the Bobcats. .30 minutes in here. Game's been pretty even. For granted, Bobcats have had a few more direct shots on goal, but possession's been very good, and Clovers have definitely been dangerous in their own right going forward.
Yeah, Mike, their Clovers have really surprised me with their defensive discipline. The shape is just really good when they're out of possession, and they seem to be really working for one another to keep the ball in front of them.
Yes, very, very true. And it's a little different than what we saw last week during the Lamar Hunt Open Cup game against FC Tormenta, fellow Georgia club. Clovers, unfortunately, got beat by a team that's a little higher up in stature and higher league than the Clovers out of Nisa. But Clovers, had some trouble defensively with them as they were going forward, and they seem to really respond to that. Put the work in on the training ground, and you're seeing that out here with much better discipline, as you said, Jason.
Clovers out of possession in their two banks of four with their two forward players putting the pressure on in the middle third. But the discipline of the Clovers is just amazing me at this point. And the shape and the lines are really defined, and they're doing a great job keeping the Bobcats from really producing anything dangerous at the time.
Yep. Excellent defense there by Chandler Vaughn, winning the ball back, stopping that attack. Has to play it back to his keeper, Gaunt, who shuffles it out of bounds for a Bobcats throw. See, the Bobcats, when they do get that ball into that position just outside the 18, they're looking for any kind of through ball. That seems to be a direct play for them. And the Clovers has responded very well, picking up the runs and closing those channels. Almeida across to Ake. And out wide again on that far side.
Mike, would you say that this game had a little bit of cat and mouse in it?
It definitely did from the start. Team, again, early in the season, the team's feeling each other out. Bobcats were a test for the Clovers last year for sure. Ooh, Gaunt with a bit of a miss kick there. And the through ball into Hayes going forward.
Flag is up on the opposite
and we have
side.
an offsides call. Unfortunate call.
I think that's what this game's looking for, Mike, is one of those chances, one of those breaks. Clovers get that ball through, and big Lester Hayes finishes that ball. That's a different game.
Absolutely. You could see what the tactics turned into there. Invite the pressure, draw the Bobcats forward. Hargreaves with an excellent interception, and then finding Hayes early on a very close offsides call. That's excellent football by the Clovers. Hargreaves once again controlling in that midfield. And Schneider resetting.
Game does seem to have found somewhat of a rhythm at this point. A lot less lost possession, more longer spells of possession for the Clovers.
Absolutely.
So the teams, it seems like the feel-out period's over. Now maybe the two teams decide they're going on the attack.
Yep. McLeod pushed off the ball. You had Nelson trying to find Vaughn getting up the field, but again, now you're seeing this swarming midfield for the Clovers doing a great job of regaining possession. De Leon urging his team to slow it down a little bit. He wants to keep that possession as well.
An old coach told me one time, Mike, that's much easier to attack than it is to defend.
That's a very, very good piece of information. As a fellow goalkeeper, defending is very difficult.
Clovers with players in the back line, just unfortunate. Really starting to see Savannah push players into the back line of Maryland. Sneaky little movements from the front runners.
That was very quick. You could see that very evidently where that 4-3 or the 4-2-3-1 quickly turned into a whoop. Yeah, there's a shot bit wild there from I believe that was number 10, Darwin Espinal for Bobcats. Out of bounds for a Clovers goal kick. Yeah, as you were saying, Clovers were able to get 4 people up real quick there, and the Bobcats didn't seem to really notice. Chandler Gauntz looking for a long ball here. And up into the wind as Hargreaves ushers it over.
Space is on the outside, right? Yeah, Savannah's attacking.
Excellent ball there by ball's in. Oh, and shot wide. I believe that was that was Vladimir Jokic out there on the wide, pushing that ball just past the post. Excellent attacking sequence there for the Clovers.
Big time chance for the Clovers there, just wide. I mean, just wide. That ball goes in, the game's different. 35 minutes in the first half. Big chance for the Clovers.
Yeah, your Clovers with a little more pressure here up the field, forcing the long ball again. Chandler Vaughn with the throw in Nelson. And Nelson with the ball kicked up as high as we are sitting up here now. Well done by Moyers to find Schneider. And Schneider looking for Jokic again. And we have a whistle as the official deemed Jokic pushed down the defender. Free kick for the Bobcats here.
Yeah, as these 4 players hunt and hunt, they start to get a little tired. They do want to start fighting for the ball. Obviously, the referee decided that was an infraction of the rules.
And one more.
It'll be interesting to see when these guys come out after the halftime break if there's some adjustments to their strategies.
Yeah, I think the wind is going to play to their favor because, as we were seeing, they want to find Hayes, get him through. They want to get the ball out to the wings where Vaughn can run, get Schneider up the field, get McLeod, and get Jokic going, using some of that speed because they do have some speed on this Clovers team.
It'll definitely give them a chance to put some balls in behind with the wind.
Absolutely.
We'll see how the front 3, front 4 get onto the end of those balls. Clover's in a spell of possession again.
Schneider had a lot of space down that wing. Was hoping to see him push. But as you said, maintaining this possession, always nice to see as well. Pressure by the Bobcats. Well done by Nelson to feel that out. Clovers can push here with numbers forward. Great ball through by Vlad. Looking for Lundeen making a run. And again, Jokic doing very well maintaining possession. And Moyers finding Cam Schneider getting up the field out wide. And the offsides flag is up. Don't think it's in the budget yet for NISA to have VAR, but a couple of these might have been looked at.
Can always be tricky, especially with as much sun as the far side AR seems to be glaring into.
That's true. Very difficult to see. At least we do have the football lines here, which make things a little easier for the assistant referees. It's another thing you see frequently in American football or soccer is American football lines on multi-use fields. Gauntz with a tricky ball to try and clear out there as the back pass had some bounce to it, but well done to get it out. But Bobcats gaining possession again. Ball's out wide. Looking for a cross. And Gauntz cleans it up easily.
Great step from the young goalkeeper to collect that before he gets into any dangerous areas. Clovers again balanced. Shape was good. Looked like their organization in the back was done well. Impressive.
Another positive that you see on a play like that is you didn't see Cam Schneider shooting out to attack the player who got the ball for a cross. He steps back, feels what the offender is going to do, and 9 times out of 10, you force a predictable cross, your goalkeeper is going to be able to clean it up. Your defense knows it's coming and has the appropriate marking. Excellent, excellent work again by the Clovers defense.
Important fact that you stated, it's keeping the game predictable, allowing the players to understand and know what's about to happen before it actually happens. Huge part of talking in the coaching world is speed of thought, speed of play is kind of how they talk about it, and it's becoming a big point in the coaching world at the time.
Throw in controlled by the Bobcats as they reset again back around the back line. And a little inadvertent contact, foul called. Quickly played by the Bobcats, out wide here. And well done by Chandler Vaughn to intercept that ball. But out of bounds for another Bobcats throw.
Yeah, Vaughn really turned the Jets on, tracked that ball down. Unfortunately, couldn't get it down the channel 5 like he wanted to. Knocked it out of play. Maryland for a Maryland throw.
Nelson with some excellent defending and a bit of a tap on the ball, forcing the miss kick. Bobcats get possession again. I feel like all the throw-ins have been for the Bobcats in this game. Clovers keeping shape once again as the Bobcats jockey for possession.
Yeah, I'm here. Mike, I'm kind of waiting for the Clovers to open up a little bit and take some chances. The risk-reward kind of thing, kind of closing in on the last couple of minutes of this first half. Maybe some time. Use a little energy. You know you're going to go in for the break. And let's see if we spend a little energy. But it looks like Maryland's on the attack now.
I believe that was Quisser with the ball. Oh, what a save by Gaunce, forcing it off the post. Quick shot from the top of the 18 by the Bobcats. Gaunce is on it and forces that save.
Young keepers at a standout first half, I will say
Excellent first half here for Gaunce. Looks like he was saying it might have gone off that off the crossbar into the football goal post here, but we will have a Bobcats corner kick. Ball played across. And De Leon does it well to get it out.
Center back's real vocal now about keeping everybody balanced and organized. Great job, the header out and keeping the Clover back line together.
Yeah, anytime you get a ball out, trying to send it back up the field, clearing it out of the defensive third, defense has to all be on the same page, stepping together. Otherwise, you're going to get a ball in that's going to leave someone on sides and in a dangerous position. Excellent communication by the Clovers. As you can tell, that wind is still brutal out there, and it's tough to get some of these high and further clearances that you want. Another Bobcats throw in. Mwape troubled by McLeod as the ball finds the other side of the park.
Hayes battling up top.
Yeah, Hayes doing very well, trying to keep possession on the ball, waiting for his help. That's what you can see from the big, strong man.
Great job for number 9. Hold the ball up. Let some of his other players get forward. Try to get the ball across into a dangerous area.
Change of pace here with the Clovers throw in. Hargreaves with a great turn in the midfield, brought down. Free kick.
Barreling into halftime, 43 minutes into the game. This could be a Clovers opportunity.
They'd love to go into that locker room at halftime with a lead.
Well, I think Coach Proctor will be really proud of his boys for the shape and discipline they've had in their defensive lines and their midfield lines. The balance has been there really well. Maybe just missing on the attacking side, but with the wind change and the directional change for the game, Clovers may decide to.
Great ball in by McLeod. McLeod looking for Lundeen, putting it across. Cleaned up by goalkeeper Boyle for the Bobcats. Another great sequence going forward. Just nothing on the end of that.
Knocking on the door, Mike. They're knocking on the door.
They are. Ball bounces away from Schneider, maintains the Bobcats. And Gaunt's down for another save down to his low left. Well done by Gaunt's to keep that out of that net. It's one of those plays that kind of came out of nowhere for the Bobcats with a ball just bouncing around at their feet.
Game's definitely got a little more end-to-end as it gets closer to halftime.
Someone wants one here. As we await stoppage time. Haven't seen the board yet. But as always, all time kept by the goal or the referee in the center. And he blows the whistle for the end of the first half. No extra time. So we have, as we go into the 15 minutes of our halftime here, what are some thoughts that you had about that first half, Jason?
Mike, I think that both teams is really apparent that it's a long feel-out period, introductory game into the season for both. I think this is the chance that will give the coaches to maybe change their tactics. And once they've got a chance to see each team, how the players are playing, maybe start directing the ball into a little different places on the field that the coaches have seen that could be more dangerous, could create some opportunities. But all in all, the first half, very balanced. I think it's a very close game.
Agreed.
Interested to see what Coach Proctor has in store for the second half.
Yeah, I agree. I really think that they can make some adjustments, get that win behind them, and really start to put together some things going forward. So, at the half, Savannah Clovers 0, Maryland Bobcats 0. We will be back in about 14 minutes to come back with the second half of this game. This is your NISA Match of the Week, and we'll be back. We had a very good first half. Both teams with a lot of chances. You know, one of the highlights here is the youngster goalkeeper starting in place of Jack Crichton. Chandler Gaunt making plenty of great saves to keep the Clovers into this. Bobcats with the kick. And Jason, what do you think we're going to see here in this second half?
Always interesting to open up the second half. The coaches now brought the players into the locker room, have their halftime discussions, maybe some tactical changes. The Clovers will be playing with the wind this half, so looking for some balls in behind.
Yep, that made a big difference for sure in that first half.
See if you can get Big Lester Hayes on the end of one of those, get him 1v1. That'd be a great situation for the Clovers. But really looking for the Clovers' defensive structure to change, maybe not so compact, maybe getting a little looser, putting some players forward, pushing to score a goal early. See if they can pull this one out. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, very good points all across the board there, Jason. Thank you for that. Of course, you're looking forward for the Bobcats as we go out wide to number 10, Darwin Espinal for the Bobcats. And shot on goal from number 23, Manuel Gonzalez. Cleaned up nice cleanup there by the goalkeeper, Chandler Gaunt. Does well to hold a low diving ball like that. Shots into the wind like that are always tricky. And his first punt of the game. Little bit off the shin guard there. Been in that position many a time.
Yeah, just back out on the field. Second half started. Gets a touch on the ball. Just a little bit of nerves. The young guy had a great first half. Interested to see if he can hold the clean sheet for the second half. Clover's doing a great job staying compact in front of him, staying organized, and making sure that anything that Maryland gets a look at isn't in a real traditionally dangerous area.
Yep, very true, very true. We had a foul there on a ball trying to break through for the Bobcats. Cameron Schneider pulling on the jersey earns himself a yellow card as it's our first man in the books for this game. Dangerous kick from the Bobcats here. Flight into the box. And Chandler Vaughn does well to clean it up. Bobcats maintaining possession. Back to Ake. De Leon out of the center to clean it up for the Clovers. Schneider looks upfield. Bobcats maintaining most of the possession here early on in this half. Moyer's putting on the Jets, trying to make things dangerous. Back to Boyle.
Mike Vaughn was creeping on that ball the whole time. Here's a great overlap from the outside back. Traditional number 3 wearing the number 2 shirt.
This is a shot. That was Jedediah McLeod cutting in to get that shot just over the crossbar. Excellent attack. As you're saying, Chandler Vaughn getting up in the attack. That's what he was known for all last season, and he's certainly going to be looking to do that again in this half.
Could have been part of Proctor's halftime talk is get the outside backs a little more involved into the attack, give them extra numbers into the back line of the Bobcats.
Absolutely. And Vaughn's got that engine where he can just keep running all game. He can get up that field and get back to position on defense just as easily. As we got a Clovers throw in right in front of the Clovers bench. Cam Schneider looking long, finding Hayes. Hayes doing well to maintain the ball. Finds Lundeen. And Vaughn does well to keep possession of that and back to Moyers.
Good effort to recover the ball and maintain possession for the Clovers.
Very well done. De Leon in a little trouble. Ball played through.
It's going to be a foul. It's going to be a foul, yeah.
And right call made. De Leon with a bit of trouble, loses the ball in the middle, and on the ball through, he was able to recover very, very well to make up for that mistake and earned a push in the back. He is down, seems to have a little bit of trouble with his wrist as he may have fallen on it, but luckily no danger for the Clovers here as the Bobcats were called for that foul in the push. And De Leon back up on his feet as it'll be a Clovers free kick.
Clovers with 4 in the back line of Maryland. Let's see if we can get the ball in behind or into maybe big Lester Hayes holds it up for the other attackers.
Yep, and there it is, right to Lester Hayes. Gone certainly able to get more on that kick now with the wind behind him. Another bit of a misplay there in the midfield as Bobcats earn the possession back. Espinal on the ball for the Bobcats, looking across the field to the far side. As you see the Clovers entering back into their defensive shape again. You're seeing Moyers press up a little bit now. I say that just as he drops back into formation. Out wide to Tiam. And a good ball into the box by them. And De Leon with an excellent clearance there, stepping in to clean that up.
Yeah, that was a great ball in the wide channel by Maryland. Great defending by Savannah Clovers.
Vaughn does well to hold off the pressure again and get the ball out, but only as far as that 30-yard line of the football field. But De Leon once again stepping up. Excellent turn by Jokic. Finds Lundin in the middle, pressing forward. Beats his first man. Out wide to McLeod.
Numbers in the
Cross from McLeod. Clovers with a great attack mounting there on the counter. Looking for Hayes on that far side, but the Bobcats did very well to get that out of bounds. We'll have a Clovers throw.
Like if we take a look now at the way the Clovers are set up, a much more attacking-minded positioning. Maryland's number 9 isolated with one of the center backs, and Vaughn tucked inside to provide cover.
Very true. Very good observation there, but you see Coach Proctor's tactics that we wanted to see in the first half now coming to light. As we had a long throw from Cam Schneider that ended up out of bounds for Bobcats' goal kick. Back in play. Just to touch on, there were no changes at the half that I could see, and nothing announced for either squad. So we haven't tapped into the bench just yet. Do know the Clovers have a bit of a light bench with only 5 subs on their bench. Bobcats do have a bit more. Gabar on the ball for the Bobcats. And tough challenge in by Jokic. Gives up the free kick. Bobcats playing quick.
Clovers dropped into 2 great compact lines of defensive players and midfielders, keeping Maryland out of the dangerous areas. Seems to be an effective technique for Proctor's group of men.
Yes, again, going back to that first half, that's excellent defensive discipline. You see there's, taking away the options for the Bobcats. This side of the field in the first half, was the dangerous one for the Bobcats, and they're taking that away early here, which is great to see for the defense. Lundin with a great win, finds McLeod out wide. Ball played to Hayes. Hayes with a shot, and saved by Boyle, getting that left hand out. Excellent counterattack, intercepting the ball and finding McLeod out wide, who plays a great through ball to Hayes. Hayes with his first real chance on goal. Made it dangerous.
Huge chance for the big number 9. Great save from Maryland's goalkeeper. It's going to result in a corner kick and sun setting here in historic Savannah, Georgia. This is going to be tough to find the flight of this ball from this corner.
Yeah, low sun here, coming right from where that corner kick is. Could trouble the defense. McLeod with the kick. And doesn't beat the first man. But wins the ball back, maintains possession for the Clovers. And Cam Schneider getting to the ball. Gets taken down as he approaches the box. We're going to have a Clovers free kick in a very dangerous area.
This could be big time, Mike. This could be big time. It's just outside the box. I think there's enough space to get up under the ball to get it back down where it can be a dangerous free kick from this distance.
Absolutely, and we know there's a couple folks on this Clovers team who can hit a ball very well. As you say, they'll have plenty of space to get it up and down over a wall. As we see our center referee, Robert Barge, putting the lines down with his magic spray. Looks like we have Lundeen and Hargreaves over the ball. Who's it going to be? Lundeen runs over. Hargreaves into the wall, unfortunately. Moyers picks it up and has a go. More deflection. And it's going to be an offsides call on that deflection in.
Yeah, near side offside. Near side offside might get, think that he was caught in a mind of two worlds at that, kind of watching the play and seeing where the ball winds up.
Always tough when it starts rattling around the box there.
Jovic has been a player, though, this first half. He's really made his presence known, getting up and back, doing the work, both sides of the ball. He's really trying to earn himself something. And, the football gods sometimes can drop you an egg here and there. So, with the work that he's putting in, something may come down his line and he can get service into one of his forwards.
Right you are. Very good observation. Jokic has been a very good workhorse on that line, but looks like we have a bit of stoppage of play here as number 4, Luis Almeida, had to come off for a nosebleed.
Give the players a chance to get a little hydration in. It's still, warm. South Georgia, 77 degrees. The current light breeze now. But
of course, that wind died down a little bit.
But that turf, Mike, is can hold a lot of heat and creates a very harsh playing environment. It's a tough challenge.
Very tough challenge coming in there.
This could be a card. Center referee's got his card out of his pocket. He will definitely issue the yellow.
That's number 14, Richard Forka, earning his yellow card for the Bobcats as he goes in tough on that head ball. Looked like he was throwing a shoulder there, which is what the referee sees as dangerous play. Bobcats with 10 men on the field right now as Almeida is still being tended to on the sideline. Clover's trying to play quickly. Referee was not ready for that.
Clovers with 3 in Maryland's back line. Hayes looking to pull one of the center backs wide, open up some space for one of the midfielders to come in.
De Leon wide for Schneider. Lundeen trying to play a dummy through to Hayes. Bobcats did well to clean that up. Forka wide for the Bobcats, looking for a through ball. Well read by Vaughn. Hargreaves with some footwork. And good ball to Moyers, who has some space in the middle. And Clover's looking to just maintain some possession here. Really take the reins of this game. See what they can get to open up.
definitely different from the intro to the first half, Mike. It's the bouncy balls, the loose, the stray in-contest balls, as they call them, not so prevalent here in the second half, whereas the possession seems to be staying a little bit more with both teams, our visitors and our home team.
Cloister looking for a through ball. Cleaned up very well by the Clovers defense. And Schneider unable to find Hayes, but forces a mistake by that defense. Lundin on the far side making a run. And just over his head. And Bobcats will see that out for a goal kick.
I'm interested to see if Proctor had a conversation with Vaughn on the left outside back. See if he's going to get a little bit more involved in the attack. You talked earlier, Mike, about his engine. Love to see the outside attacking backs in today's modern game. Just a different position than it used to be.
Yeah, you see players nowadays like the one that comes to my mind, Alphonso Davies. Canadian national player, plays for Bayern Munich. Really, really gets up the field. And, you can see a lot of similarities in Vaughn's game to that and being able to get up. And, many other players playing similar. Searching ball by the Bobcats, cleaned up well by Schneider. Plays it back to his goalkeeper, Gauntz. Lundin with the flick off the back. Espinal maintains possession, finds Forka wide. Forka looking for an option in the midfield. And a bit of miscommunication there by the Clovers.
Just look how compact the back four are, though. There's no space in there for Maryland right now. It's just a struggle to find anything in between the lines of the Clovers.
Yeah, absolutely. And forces Bobcats to get complacent, look for a long ball, and win an offsides here for the Clovers to get possession back. We'll have a free kick for Gauntz. Getting his defense up to give options. Wants to get a little behind this with the wind at his back. Warriors looking for a flick, but it bounces up for a handball on the Bobcats. Clover's free kick.
Love to see Vaughn go outside wide, 2v1
He's got acres of space out there. He could certainly make a break.
Maryland's outside back. You get a switch of play here.
Well done by Nelson to control, but unfortunately, I thought it was a bit of a miskick, but McLeod comes back to help.
Vaughn may be thinking, I'll make this run. Just got caught in between it.
Yep. Bit of pressure there by the Bobcats on Nelson. Forces the ball out of bounds for a throw-in. Bit of scrappy play by number 30 out there, Tyler Gabara. Here's one player in the midfield giving a lot of trouble to the Clovers in that middle. Jokic to ground, makes a tackle. Somehow Bobcats maintain possession. De Leon with an excellent step and turn. And earns the foul. Number 99, Theum coming in and clipping the heels a bit.
Mike DeLeon's a center back, yeah?
He is.
What a skill move from the center back.
That was very good to see. As we were talking about there in the first half, it's nice to see center backs who have some ball skill.
Confidence on the ball. That's one thing that I to the players I work with is probably the defining moment between leveling up to the next level. The center back that's not just looking to clear the ball every time, but willing to take a player on, open up some space for his midfielders and forwards.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a skill to have and really, really makes your team way more dynamic to be able to have that defensive line who can do that.
A little disorganized. The Clovers a little disorganized in the back. Maryland tries to go long.
Ball over the top. No flag yet.
Yeah.
And there it is on the far side. Clovers with rare positioning here. They've stepped everyone up, and we're playing that offside trap. Very well done. Wondering if we may have a shift in tactics here as we're approaching the 66th minute of this game.
Yeah, legs are starting to get a little heavy. Players are starting to feel the heat a little bit.
Yep.
You know, this is when a lot of these games change, and looks like Clovers may have gotten the word. Hey, it's time to go for it. It's time to try to put one in. Let's take a little risk. Vaughn real high on that outside channel.
And Vaughn wants the ball. Bobcats are pressing. Moyers does well to maintain. Nelson, as you see Vaughn starting to break. Ball up line. Vaughn's going to get to the end of that. Forka applying pressure. Gets the Meg into the boxes. Vaughn.
Oh.
Looking for Lundeen, but well done by Almeida on defense to clean it up.
Still plenty of players forward for the Clovers. Secondary attack.
Schneider looking for an early cross as he was getting up. Bobcats looking for a break here.
Could be dangerous for the Clovers.
There's Jokic putting in the work again. Through ball, and Vaughn getting all the way back to apply pressure on defense. Still not out of danger yet. Cross for the Bobcats. Makes it to Koistra. And Cam Schneider with an excellent steal.
Great work from the Savannah Clovers defensive unit.
Very, very good defense. That was a tough break for the Bobcats. That could have been very dangerous.
Vaughn, remarkable 90-plus yard run back to track and make sure that didn't happen. This kid's starting to become a key player in this match.
He is. He made me tired just watching that. Bobcats with the cutback in the box. Nelson does well to clean it up and find McLeod. They're trying to find Hayes up top, but two center backs are giving him trouble on any ball that he receives.
It's always hard as a number 9 to be isolated in between two big guys and try to win the ball, especially when your team's defending and so far away where your support is almost too deep to go backwards. You almost want to hold the ball up where you're at and wait for the players to get closer.
Yeah, it's a tough job to ask of any forward at that position. As we're seeing, great defense by the Clovers, really staying compact, but it is leaving Hayes on an island out there. Ball's played out wide. Finding Gabara again out there as he looks for a left-footed shot. Sails well past the goal, not much danger. Clovers need to be wary of options like that for the Bobcats. That can become dangerous at any time. Apologies, that's Mwape on the ball, not Gabara. And Bobcats with the ball into number 10, Darwin Espinal. Slots it home, far bar, just past the diving hand of Gauntz to his left. Bobcats go up 1-0.
It's always a tough ball to deal with. Goalkeeper shifting one way, forward strikes the ball to the post that he's leaving to cover the near post and having to change direction in the air. I think it just slipped through. Maybe he didn't get a full of it. He is dealing with some sun over there as well.
Yeah, tough sun. Always tough to shift your weight, shift your balance like that. And he made it ball low like that, came through a lot of Clover's legs. That might have also been a bit of a screen situation.
This would be a good chance to see if Coach Proctor's going to change some tactics. Looks like he may be making some substitutions.
Mason Money Moyers stepping off the field. Excellent shift by number 6, Mason. As we have number 8, Aaron Martinez stepping on the field. He's going to take that midfield role alongside Hargreaves for Mason Moyers here in the 70th minute. A lot of game left. Let's see how the Clovers respond.
Yeah, Moyes did a great job putting a lot of those little spot fires out in front of the back four in that first half. I mean, he was really there, provided a lot of support for the back four. Maybe this is Proctor's swap from a more defensive-minded midfielder to a more attacking-minded midfielder.
Very true. A lot of speed coming on with Martinez.
Mike, is Martinez a returner from last season, or is it?
Yes, I believe he is.
Yeah, he looks like he's pushed up a little higher than
Yep.
where Moyes was playing.
Yeah, Moyers again saying just what work he puts in. Excellent defending, excellent helping clean up things in the back. It's understandable why you want to make a sub here at this point in the game. Moyers has to be gassed with all the work he puts in. But you got to love to seeing the passion from the kid as well. You know, he was shaking hands with the players as he gets on the bench. He wants to stay out there. Espinal looking through. There's Gabar, number 30. Breaking into the box with a cross. And Martinez with his first touch of the game. Does well to intercept as Cam Schneider clears. Bobcats again maintaining possession. It's Captain Josh Possian cleaning it up in the midfield, playing it out wide for Forka.
Looks like the Clovers are doing a little more pressing than they were in the first half. They do realize they're down by one. You're going to need to get something back from this game.
Yeah, tactics definitely have to shift a little bit. Got to get a little bit more on the front foot because you have 19 minutes in stoppage time to have a response here. I expect the Bobcats to look for more through balls as they see the Clovers spread out a bit more.
Yeah, some things can be worrying here is if you allow Maryland to hold the ball a little too long, all the shifting, every shift is just a little bit more energy that you're having to burn. So
Very
each
true.
time the defense shifts back side to side to side to side, it's tiring the legs.
Very true. And third or second game of the season here for NISA, for each of these teams. They're still finding their game legs here. Nelson does well to win that ball. Hargreaves applying pressure.
Bond there to clean it up. Hayes just step offside. He realized that.
Yep, has to let it go. Good recognition by the forward. Excellent pressure by Hayes on Alameda in the back there. Wins the ball back for the Clovers.
Vaughn out in the wide space again. Love seeing that kid up and back.
Good ball into McLeod by Vaughn. Searching cross. Martinez getting in there. Bobcats can't quite get the ball out until they finally do for a Clovers throw-in. Excellent work by Vaughn to McLeod. And we're going to have a couple changes here on the Maryland Bobcats side.
Tactics change for the Bobcats. I would be willing to bet that he just put in a really, really solid defensive midfielder.
Yep, that definitely looks like a defensive substitution here. We'll get some names here in a moment.
Maryland attempting to shore up the lead here in the 73rd minute. Ball runs out of play on the far side. AR2 signals. Going to be a Clovers throw. You know, Mike, I'm looking for the Clovers to be a little bit more creative.
Yeah, we would like to see that for sure. And I know they are thinking about it themselves. They got to get that ball forward. De Leon under a little pressure again. And we have a whistle that's stopping the play. Though De Leon lost the ball and recovered, it looks like he pulled on a jersey and to slow up that break.
Yeah, those are the tricky ones that the coaches don't like to teach, but we have to teach. Call that a tactical foul, Mike. Call that a tactical foul.
Searching ball in. Top of the box, number 7. And a low shot by newcomer that just came on the field. Elijah Ammo puts a ball low left to Gaunt, and he unfortunately does not have the ability to get down there. Kind of a play that came out of nothing. Ball went out wide. Vaughn stepped, and Ammo put that ball on his left foot and made a break into the box.
Yeah, we're seeing some of these Clover players, their hands on the hips. You know, no, we know it's hot out there, and the fatigue's starting to show. Mike said earlier the second. This is the second actual game of the season. Apologize earlier about calling it the first, but most players know you're not really match fit until maybe game 4 or 5 of your season, and at that point, some of us still aren't match fit. It's this a very taxing game.
Yeah, very true. In speaking with Coach Proctor earlier, myself as well, he did mention that it would take another 3-4 games or so before you do see that match fit. And as you see, the Bobcats are a very deep team, deep bench. They've all been playing together for a long time. This is just the Clovers' second year as a professional team, and they, as you see, have a very light bench themselves, still working on strengthening their roster. So you're going to have some tired legs out here. What we want to see now is Bobcats own that 2-0 lead. Want to see a response by the Clovers? You want to see the heads staying up? You want to see how they respond here mentally? Keep their heads about the game. Keep moving the ball around. We want to see some positivity for sure, and the Clovers can provide that.
Love to see the big guy get on the end of one, just to give us something back, put something else in this game.
Absolutely. One goal can change the shift completely here at a home match for the Clovers.
2-0, most dangerous score in the game, right?
Absolutely. As you see, Martinez, excellent job winning that ball in the middle, finding Lundeen. Boyle has to come off his line to clean it up as Jokic was dangerous there. So we have a Bobcat down on the field. Looks like Captain Josh Poseidon may have some tired legs of himself.
Little gamesmanship. He's just taking a break. 2-0. Referee's not going to add every second to the game, so he knows. Every second he takes away is a second less than Savannah has a chance to capitalize on a ball.
Very true.
Also, this is a tactic used to make a substitution and waste some time at the same time. Maybe he knew he was coming off.
Players getting some water, getting hydrated. Poseidon back up on his feet. Has to step off as he went down for the stoppage. And we'll have a drop ball here back to Boyle as he had possession when the play was blown dead.
You can see the defensive shape of the Clovers is wavering a little bit, almost into a 4-1-4-1.
One of the best things they can do to, keep positivity in this game is to maintain that shape. Maintain your game plan. No tired legs are the first thing to make a formation go out the window.
Yeah, Mike, I've worked with some really, really highly licensed and educated coaches in the past, and I think one of their big points is don't change your game plan to adapt to the opponent. Always play like your team. Maintain your identity, and it looks like the Clovers here have maintained their identity. Their defensive structure looks the same. Just looking for them to get some more chances in the final third. Really, all the work that big guy Hayes up top has done, really looking for something for the Clovers to come out of it.
Couldn't agree more. And hearkening back to what you said just moments ago, a little bit of creativity would be great to see. Good ball through. Hayes trying to get to the end of it. That's just a good battle between two good players right there. Hayes and Ake going at it. Out of bounds. Clovers will have a throw. And another second-year veteran here for the Clovers looks to be coming on. Jokic once again putting in a great shift. Excellent work by number 23. Number 30 stepping on for him, Alejandro Cruz.
Lots of work out of the number 11 position today. Jovic was up and down, breaking up plays.
all over that field.
Trying to put service into the box.
And kind of a like-for-like sub. Alejandro Cruz, again, brings a lot of energy, a lot of speed, a lot of good ball control. He can certainly make a change happen in this game. Long throw. Hayes on the end of it and just wide of the post. That's one of those plays where anything can happen that can make the game change.
Big chance for the Clovers there. One beautiful thing about this group of guys, the Clovers, it doesn't look like they're searching for an identity. It looks to me like they've got a game plan in order. I just think that I think it's going to come with time, Mike. I think it's going to come with time. I think that the longer that they've played together and will be playing together this season, I think their message will come across, and I think you'll see their tactics come out with as we get further into this NISA season.
Absolutely. It's very good points. And you saw it at the end of last year. They're bringing back a very good nucleus of 10, 11 players from last year to be the core component of this Clovers team. And you'll see once they get their game shape back, you'll see better ball played by them. We went toe-to-toe, beat Chattanooga FC, who stepped up into UPSL this year. No longer part of NISA, but always a very, very good team. We are able to go battle with all the big guys towards the end of last season.
Yeah, I've actually been to a Chattanooga Football Club match before. They play right downtown. The energy there is impeccable. Actually,
they've been around for quite a while, so they have a good following in Chattanooga.
The following is enormous, and they're very faithful. Mm-hmm. There's another team there in Chattanooga now. Recently into the USL. The Chattanooga Red Wolves, and when the Red Wolves were beginning starting their club, it almost became a Manchester United rival because the Red Wolves do wear red, and Chattanooga Football Club wears blue.
Yeah.
But very few of the Chattanooga Football Club fans have strayed that way. Chattanooga Red Wolves are seeking and searching to find a way to get some of them over there, but the commitment to Chattanooga Football Club from their fans is remarkable. Good energy.
Always great to see with the growth of the game, and as you said, Chattanooga FC, been around for a long time, and for the Clovers to have battled with them and beaten them was one of the best parts of last season for sure. They can certainly build on that this year, and they will.
Mike, I'll throw you my last piece about Chattanooga. USISL. What was the name of the team in Chattanooga?
That's going back a little far for me. I don't recall.
The Chattanooga Express. USISL Chattanooga Express. Look it up. That's a fact for you.
Wonder if that goes back to the old Chattanooga Railroad days.
The choo-choo.
Yep.
Looking for the Clovers to do something here. I think they're just trying to find a balance. It does look like they got players forward. They want to penetrate this back line. They really are working on it. I will say Maryland's done a great job with their discipline as well.
They have.
Defensive structure, big center backs. It's so hard. I mean, they've got Lester Hayes marked at 6'5".
Yeah, Hayes moves. You see both the center backs following every move he makes. And just a moment ago, we had the final two subs for the Bobcats. So they have some fresh legs on now to see this game out, and that'll make things even a little more difficult for the Clovers here. Martinez doing great in the middle.
Vaughn wide by himself in the far channel. Yeah.
Hargreaves finds him. Good look.
Martinez has been shifty since he's been on.
He has. Moves a lot.
Lots of movement from him. Lots of movement. Something you want to, if you're really going to open up the space and just score a goal, you got to have somebody in there that's confusing. It's creating the spaces for the other players. A lot of this game is played off of the ball. If the spaces aren't open, there's nowhere to go with the ball.
Yep. One of the best things about growing up as a goalkeeper and now being able to watch these games from the booth is you see all the movement off the ball. You see how much the game is not about what you're doing with the ball. Really great to see. As the Maryland Bobcats making their final sub now. Apologies, I thought they had made their fifth, but it was only their fourth earlier. As you have number 24, Gavin Shields, coming onto the field.
And just 2 changes made for the Clovers. Is that right, Mike?
That's correct. And Alejandro Cruz that had stepped on, and now Aaron Martinez.
See if one of those 2 guys can breathe some life in this big long ball to the big guy up top.
Look for Hayes as he shields off Almeida. And out of bounds. Looks like we will have a throw-in deep in the Maryland side of the field.
Little game management there from the Bobcats, walking back to the line, taking the time to throw it back into play. They know what they're doing. Every second of this game counts. That's the tricky part about our beautiful sport.
Good switch by Hargreaves, finding Schneider wide. Lundeen checking back, finding Schneider again. Hargreaves with space in the middle. And wide to Schneider. Cross into the box, looking for Hayes. And there's a rip by Martinez, and just over the bar. That's better for the Clovers here as we're winding into these late minutes.
Yeah, well-driven ball in to the box. Just not a Clover there. Not a Clover available. Maryland in their compact back line and with a clearance and then a chance. Mike, was that a chance from Martinez? Is that who hit that one?
Yes, that was Aaron Martinez who was able to get that half
So just
volley.
entered the field. He's ready to play. So hungry for a goal.
Looks like we did just have 2 more subs for the Clovers.
Wow, look at the group of guys. Look how compact everything is right there in front of us. Just a traditional up and in goal kick, huh?
Yep. You see stepping on the field, Alex Woods for the Clovers. Finally giving Lester Hayes a break. Hayes did everything he could, worked out real hard at that top. Just really, really difficult to get through those center backs. Looks like Lundeen for the Clovers earning a yellow card.
Yeah, a little scuffle on the ground. I think that the referee's kind of taking a glance at the clock, realizing it's getting late. The players are going to get a little feisty. You know, fighting to get some points out of this.
Very true. Overall, a very well officiated game. Very fair calls, letting the ball play.
I agree, Mike. The referee's done a great job allowing the players to play the game. Has a lot to do with the players, though, Mike.
Very true. Hargreaves looking forward. Picks out Lundeen. We'll have a throw in for Cam Schneider.
Vaughn on the backside, all alone in miles of space. Love to see
Again,
him
they
get
just
forward.
can't get the ball over there to him. Alex Woods putting the ball into the box. And Boyle comes out to collect.
Mike, you ever do that when you were a goalkeeper? Lay on top of the ball?
I never did that.
I think that's something in the modern game.
It is. I must agree with you there. The amount of times that a keeper will go up, grab a ball, fall down, lay on the ground with it for about 3-4 seconds, really takes out that 6-second rule that we're supposed to have to distribute. They really, really push that. Hargreaves with a free kick in the middle of the park. Let's see if we have a final push here by the Clovers.
Lots of players forward, Mike, but
And unfortunately, a giveaway there in the middle.
can't maintain possession there. Good tackle.
Excellent tackle, but Martinez coming back to help. Well done.
Little something like we talked about before in the middle of the park. That was a communication breakdown.
Yes, absolutely. Hargreaves expecting a player to be where he wanted. Unfortunately, a player wasn't there, not on that same page. Bit of a scramble in the box for the Bobcats.
Vonnegut up high, forcing that wide. This may be the last opportunity of the game, depending on what center referee decides to add.
Yeah, I can barely make out the board here before he's going to hold it up. It looks like we're going to have 3 minutes of stoppage. Bobcats looking to break, but unfortunately out of bounds for them. We'll have a Clovers throwing on the side. Vaughn already ready with the ball. Hargreaves to DeLeon. Good quick ball by DeLeon to find Schneider wide.
Oh, handball.
Here's Woods doing some work in the box.
Great
Hargreaves
set.
with the left.
Get a hold of it.
A lot going on in the box right now. Bobcats get it out just a bit, but only as far as Martinez, who finds Vaughn wide. Vaughn to the middle to Lundin. Looking for Cam Schneider, who's not able to control that ball very well. Bit of a tough pass for him to handle.
Looks like Maryland's content just keeping the ball, trying to run the clock as much as they can.
Yep, Espinal's just going to sit on it here for a moment and find a pass to Little. Back to Koistra and all the way back to the defense. Woods pressing. Boyle pretty far out of his box. Just ushers the ball up the field. Tough header there by Almeida, but gets it forward for the Bobcats. Shields on the ball. Ball's into the box. And Bobcats bring home their third. Getting into the box, bit of a shifty move there. Looks like it was Andrew Wivel getting into the box, putting it over Chandler Gaughan to, just set one-on-one. Not much he could do on that. Tough play.
Tough break for the Clovers. You're watching the time on the clock, and he adds 3 minutes, and those 3 minutes can sometimes feel like 3 hours. Tired legs.
Longest 3 minutes of your life right there.
It's unfortunate for the Clovers.
Because Gaughan's replaying that play in his head.
Really good crowd here today, Mike, for the first home game of the season for Savannah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see. As we said, Clovers have only been a team since 2016. They did a bunch of amateur play, amateur leagues. This is their second year as a full-fledged professional soccer team. And to have, Savannah is definitely a small, big city. A lot of good grassroots soccer around here. A lot of good support for the game. A lot of the surrounding communities want to be out here to support the Clovers. It's great to see.
And it's great to see the work that the Clovers do with the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of community involvement from all directions, from heritage to anything you can imagine. Just a really good organization looking to build itself from the grassroots up.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the final of the game. As we're chatting here, the referee blows the whistle for the final time. 90 is up. Savannah Clovers 0, Maryland Bobcats 3. Thank you for listening to this broadcast. I'm Mike Blanton, and for Jason Boucher, thank you and see you next time.